Oh my god, we are totally recording. Okay. Everybody is here, except for Janina seems to be on her way. And we have a guest player tonight. Everybody welcome Ayel, who will be guest starring as Adriana Estrada.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome.
Okay. And now we'll go to my recap page. Now we can. Yes, there we go. Okay. The Flames of Inquisition. This is actually part 2. I didn't write that. It started as just rumor, but the travelers kept coming, and they kept sharing the same story. LA was lost. The Second Inquisition struck down the kindred of Los Angeles in a single night. They launched a multi-pronged attack on Prince Vannevar Thomas, every member of the Primogen Council, as well as all 4 Anarch barons. The Prince, Seneschal, Primogen, and Sheriff are all missing and unaccounted for. Dozens of kindred were staked and captured, and many more were outright destroyed. The Camarilla has abandoned the city, but the Anarchs are still standing their ground, ready to fight for the Anarch Free State. The stories talk about advanced weaponry, like a drone with a headlight so bright that it burned, helmets that block domination and presence powers, a machine that inhibits blood sorcery, and a red mist that kills kindred but leaves all mortals unharmed. The stories they told were terrifying, and it was easy to see which travelers saw it with their own eyes and which were just passing the stories along. That was September. Now it's the 10th of December, and kindred life in El Paso has changed drastically. Prince James is reinforcing his ban on technology, and not just on the Camarilla in the city. Any kindred of any faction caught using technology to communicate in any way, even so much as to update their Facebook status, has been brought before him and punished severely. Several have been staked and set in storage, and 2 others were forced to meet the sunrise, a lesson for the rest of the city. Tonight itself has been a busy night for the Spines of the Cactus. Eric Masters finally delivered on his promise, and they are now the proud owners of a surveillance van with tech inside that they don't even understand how to use, or even what it is. But Hector's already hard at work with the instruction manual that they left with it. But that wasn't enough, no. Krieg's return came with a surprise. Michael Bright, a supposed bodyguard / spy sent by none other than Fiorenza Savona, the Prince of Mexico City, and quite possibly the strongest voice of the Camarilla in all of North America. What's her interest in Krieg? A 2-month-old gangrel with, let's be honest, very little potential in the grand scope of anything Camarilla. Maybe she's interested in the progress of a kindred embraced by the Sabbat? Or maybe her interest in Krieg is in Krieg's sire. After speaking with Prince James about it, the official decision was to play along. It's good news that she has interest in Krieg and El Paso, and not to do anything that might call down her wrath. Upon returning to the Scarlet Song to play in their new van, the Cactus found the camera to the back room of the bar. Someone was in there. She was shot, disheveled, a bloody mess, quietly sitting on the floor in the corner, trying to hold herself together. It took Hector a moment to recognize her. She was usually in her finest, with a commanding presence that would rival any Ventru or Toreador. Adriana Estrada, the Zemitzi from Valentina's Anarchs. When the Cactus went to her, she jumped to her feet. They took her! They took her! And that is where we're going to open. You guys are in the back room. Marcus is in the front at the bar. There are people in the bar, and Michael Bright is in here with you guys.
So is she like sitting on the floor?
She just jumped up to her feet.
Okay. So
Excited
comes
to see
over.
you guys. Like excited to the point where tears are starting to stream down her face. Excited.
Okay. So Hector walks in front of her and kind of grabs her by the elbows, like gently, and says, who got taken?
That's you.
Adriana,
Leon.
who got taken?
I don't know. I just know that I had a really rough time getting back here, and some FBI agent was all over me, and he was asking questions, but I didn't see her. I just know that someone took her, but I don't know why or who did.
Took who? Who got taken?
Emily.
Emily got taken. Shit. You have no idea where.
No, I just ran over the all over
This is
the
bad.
place, and I got a ride, and I was in the middle of the desert, and I just got here. I need help. I need to find her.
How do you know it was an FBI agent?
Well, he looked like an FBI agent, and he had this guy all dressed up with a helmet and some, I don't know,
Body
official.
Yeah.
Yeah, body armor.
Did they, Jack speaking, did they say explicitly that they were Bureau? Like, did
No.
they announce themselves as federal
The
agents?
one guy did. The one
Oh,
guy that
yeah.
interviewed you did. Yes. In fact, he said that he was Special Agent Garcia of the FBI. I didn't put that in your notes.
I didn't listen to him.
See, shit. It doesn't even matter. It's him. How was this? Did this just happen?
Yeah, I just got out of there. I had to run off of the little room and had the help of some soldiers, and I don't know why I was there.
Did they let you go or did you escape?
I escaped.
So they're looking for you, maybe.
I'm pretty sure of it. There was shooting all over the place and dead people.
Dexter's gonna go into a corner and he's thinking to himself quietly, sort of disengages from everyone else.
Okay. Let's see. Adriana, you recognize Hector? You don't know him very well, but he is part of the... they're all members of the Watchmen group that you came to see. But he is part of the Anarchs faction under Valentina, but you don't know him very well. Emily knows them all a lot better. And you've probably also seen Craig just once or twice in the last couple of months while he was around Valentina. Everybody else you've never met before.
They do know it. They do know Emily, right?
Oh yeah, they all know Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they've all met her in person.
I don't think I have.
Mm-hmm. But they
I think it was just Milo and Hector.
Yeah.
No, Jessica might. I don't
over
remember.
this time, I mean, it's been 20 years. I imagine probably you've all met her in
We've
person.
all met her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been
At
20
some
years.
point.
Yeah.
Well, I want to insist Hector to say something.
Say that again?
I want to insist to Hector that he says something or do or.
Yeah, she's
I'm pretty
expecting Hector to say something when she's standing there relieved, and her relief is fading as you guys just seem to be confused and surprised. and not being her answer.
All right. Well, obviously we're gonna get her back, but we just need to figure out where to look for her. So where were you when they took her? Like, tell us the story. How did they? Where exactly were you? How did they enter? How did they manage to overpower you?
We spent the night together last night, and we went to sleep at the
At her haven.
early
You don't
morning.
want to be specific about where she sleeps without her permission, unless it becomes important.
Okay. And we went to sleep, and when I woke up, I was in this little room, strapped to a ship. But I don't know how I got there, and I haven't seen her since last night.
Okay, so this little room you woke up in, you managed to break out of there. How did you get out of there?
Well, I mesmerized the soldier, and I had a rough time because he wasn't listening to me, and I tried to use my power over him several times, and he took his helmet off, and then I could take over his mind, and he got me out of there.
So I turn to the rest of the group and say, those helmets that we've been hearing about, sounds like they're real.
What did
Get
the
our hands
helmet?
on one of those.
Who knows what it could do to us though? If it blocks powers going out, maybe it would block powers or going in, then it would block them from coming out too. It may prevent us from even using our abilities. But what did it look like, this helmet?
It just looked like a normal, ordinary soldier's helmet. If there was anything specific to it, you didn't recognize it because you're not familiar with that kind of thing anyway.
Interesting.
Oh, so once you mesmerized them, would you have them untie you, or were you tied up or anything?
Yeah, I was tied to a chair. I was strapped to a chair.
How did you guys get to that point where you were tied to a chair? Like, did they raid where you were?
No, I don't know. I
She
don't
went
remember anything.
Yeah, she went to sleep and woke up like that. She went to sleep at Emily's lair and then woke up somewhere else in that little room. So, all right, everything you can remember is really important, okay? So just, any details that you can give us would be helpful. So how, they left one guard in charge of you? That's it? With the helmet?
Yeah, yes, one guard, and there was this a FBI agent, and he asked questions, but I don't really remember any of it. They made no sense. And then he went out of the room. He left just one guard. I mesmerized him, and when the agent came back, the soldier killed him, and then I went out of the room, and he was trying to protect me. We found some other soldiers, and they protected me too. But then there was this alarm going off and gunshots everywhere. I don't remember exactly how I got. I climbed a fence, and there was this barbed wire everywhere, and then I got out of this facility.
So they were keeping you in some kind of compound that was surrounded by walls and fences and barbed wire?
Yeah, I guess. Yes, maybe.
Was it? Was it in the city or was it out In the
No, it was
desert.
outside the city.
Out on the desert.
Shit. What's... Ah, shoot, we can't. I was thinking we could try to... Well, try to search for an address or something, but that's dangerous. Shouldn't.
Any chance, Craig kind of like pipes up, do you have anything that belonged to Emily on you?
No, I just had my sleeping gown.
I see.
Mm.
Craig kind of like pauses. He's a little unsure. By any chance, were you guys maybe close? For any chance, like you don't have to go into detail, but like, would her scent recently have rubbed off on you?
Well, we spent the night together.
So you
We were together.
right. So I understand that like you can't take me too close to her haven, but is there any way you could maybe take us close enough? I might be able to pick up a scent, maybe get a trail.
Um,
Well, I mean, is that going to work if they shoved them in a van? That would only work if they just dragged them away.
Oh yeah,
At
Yeah.
best, you're going to get a scent to her until they got in the car.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good idea, though, but...
Yeah, at least it's a start.
I mean, the compound in the desert, though... I mean... I'd say... Well, I'll be open. Honestly, my gut feeling is she's lost. We can't get her. Because if we attack this compound, even best case scenario, we get her, we get out, it's just going to draw more attention. They'll double down their resources. They'll find everybody like they found her. It'll be game over. It'll just be like LA all over again in here. But at the same time, if they're already finding some of us, maybe it's the only way to... It's a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
And if they have Emily, I'm really worried that if they have Emily, they have all of us.
You think maybe they found her because of her technology usage?
I think so.
She was big into all that stuff, and we had her help us a lot. So maybe she never gave it up, even after the prince banned it, and they were able to use that FISA warrants and the like. Or, NSA. Did Edward Snowden do NSA links in this timeline?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
So-
if there was anything vampire related, but hell, there could have been.
Yes, I would just say, like, the NSA, I'm sure they could use that to monitor everything, searching for kindred. They could have found her that way. Adriana, you said that you don't remember anything about the questions they asked you. It's a blur.
yes, everything is a blur about the questions. I mean, he seems to know that I was a vampire, but I don't remember the questions specifically.
Feel free to
Anybody
make
have
up
any
some
ideas
questions.
on-
If as Adriana thinks harder on it, if you want to have her recall some of these questions, go for it. But you did everything you could to not answer. You didn't give them anything important yet. But they thought they had plenty of time. So, but you can remember some of the answers if you want. Some of the questions he asked if you want to. Just make them up yourself. They would be just generalized questions. Or I could throw out some if you want, or you could just continue to not remember them. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I think he asked how old I was.
Oh,
But
well,
I didn't answer any of it.
I like Janina's picture. That's funny.
Thanks.
yeah.
I thought it was
At
more
first I
fun.
thought-
I can't figure out how to do a background, so
That's fine.
When you first put it up, I was like, "Oh, is she frozen?" And then it like stayed like perfectly still. I'm like, "Oh no, that's a still picture."
So I've got a
I was
background
trying to
because
come
I
up
have
with
a
a good
green
one.
screen behind me.
Ah,
So,
Hmm.
you got all fancy. Anyways,
but kind of. I mean, I bought
back to the game.
$1 green tablecloths from the dollar store and pinned them to the wall.
That's how you do it. It gets the job
This is
done.
how you do it.
Okay. We
Wait,
got
yeah.
sidetracked.
Anyways,
Hmm. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Well, we might not be able to go find Emily, but what if we get the scent of the FBI agents just kind of wander around? They might have been staking out the place if we go to an area nearby.
That's a fair point. We could go to a nearby. Let's see. This is El Paso. They've got a field office here. The bureau does.
It's on the
But-
base. It's on the military base.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no.
no, they
Which isn't that
actually
hard.
have an office actually on the west side near
Do they
the
have-
near
Yeah, they have actual FBI.
yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah, they share an
Yeah.
office building with the DEA.
Okay, cool.
But it'd be pretty obvious if. I'm sure they're aware of people trying to tail them. Because I mean, we could try to see if follow some of them, and maybe they take us to this compound. But even then, what then? If we bust in and get her out, all that does is confirm what they already knew. Then they
True,
double
but-
down.
But maybe we can get like an agent or two by themselves and pry for information. Maybe there's something that we're not seeing.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, we can take the helmet off. We can get some information, then strip them of their memories of the moment. So we at least have that. Since we know it's these helmets, we can just take the helmet off, pin them down, get them to talk, then just go on. So there's that.
Maybe
But
we'll
it's
get
a-
lucky too. We
It's,
get like
it's
their
a high
cell phone.
risk. It's a high risk gambit, though,
Yeah.
and we'd have to find them at night. So it makes it even more likely. I mean, they work day jobs just like anybody else. So if we find them at night, it's likely to only be when they're doing some kind of operation, when they're most on edge.
Yeah. Hmm.
We informed the prince on this.
I mean, wouldn't he unfortunately just tell us to kind of back off because Emily got in trouble because she was using communications?
Yeah, that's pretty much, I think, what he'd say. But, damn it, part of the reason she even got that attention is probably because she was helping us out when we needed it. So we're responsible partially for this.
A little bit more than partially, but yeah. Yeah.
I don't have any good contacts anymore where I could even broach the conversation of FBI agents without it coming off as incredibly suspicious.
Hmm.
There's a knock on the door. And then it opens and Marcus sticks his head inside. You guys doing okay in here?
Oh, I think we're fine, Marcus. Just
Hey, does she need a
make
drink?
sure.
Yes, she is at 4, actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we need to get her. We probably need to get her something to drink.
Yes, please.
Can you
Okay.
bring our friend a drink here?
And he looks at Adriana and says, "Do you have any preference? Male, female, anything?"
I don't have a preference.
Okay. Okay. And he pulls his head back out and closes the door. Okay, you guys just keep waiting. It takes a few minutes.
A character. I am stumped on what we should do because
Yeah,
my gut
I don't really
instinct is,
even have anything worked out because I'm not sure what you guys are going to do.
I mean, my gut instinct, even though I hate it, is just like fuck her. She's gone. We can't help her.
I have.
Right.
I mean, the only thing I'm thinking right now, and I mean, I guess I could say this. Well, yeah, because this would be more in character, so never mind.
Say it in character, then. You're here.
I know, but I don't want to say it in front of her, so.
Greg wants to kind of like scope out the base. He thinks he'll be okay if he gets lucky and people think he's just a coyote.
Wait.
But,
Wait,
That's
what?
actually not a bad idea.
Craig, can you say that in character?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been thinking maybe I'll get lucky and I can kind of go towards the base that she was taken and they'll just think I'm a big coyote.
Wait. Greg, you can turn into a coyote now?
Wolf? But I mean, at night, I doubt
you
they
can
could see
shapeshift?
You can change into a wolf?
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I can shake 50.
Yeah, since when?
Oh yeah, it's super easy. You guys can't do it? What the hell?
A lot has happened, and I just met Michael before I saw you guys again.
And then how's your babysitter going to keep an eye on you without drawing suspicion? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I forgot about
Michael, I don't suppose you can turn into like a badger or something, can you?
No. I'm a pretty good woodsman. I don't know how well that'll do.
I want him to be a war badger.
But no, I can't turn into a badger.
Or a
I think a wolf would be fine, but I think you'd get shot 2 miles out trying to get close. Well, not 2 miles, but you know what I mean.
That's Michael says. If they know what they've got, if all of the soldiers know what they've got, they should be on the lookout for wolves and bats. You know,
that's true.
Other night things that you guys can turn into.
Well, and my biggest concern too is that they took Emily. I mean, they took the person that helps us do everything. So the amount of information that they have could be, I don't have the word for it, but
even if we wanted to find where she lived, even if you shared that, Adriana, they've likely bugged it. The cameras, microphones, it'd be certain death to go there. It'd be a trap. They'd have someone watching.
There's a knock on the door again. The door opens. Marcus opens it wide. And a guy comes in. He is dressed in like going out clubbing clothes. Well, this is really not that nice of a place yet. It hasn't had its grand opening, but he seems like he's already dressed up like he was prepared for the grand opening. And he comes inside and he says, "Hey guys, the party's back here." And then Marcus closes the door.
It just began.
Nice. This is gonna be rough for him.
It's just started, dear. Come on over here. I have a friend I want you to meet.
Okay. He does seem like he's a little already kind of tipsy. Okay. Hey, my name's Sam. Hey. Oh shit!
Hi, Sam.
You're bleeding all over the place. Are you okay?
She just needs a hug. Can you give her a hug? I think she really needs a hug. She's had a rough day.
Just towards Adrian.
Calm Sam.
Adrian,
And all you
what
have to
do
do
you
is bite him, so.
Yeah.
You just bite him?
I'm gonna bite him and
Okay, so here's the way.
his face.
Yeah, here's the way the system works. Mechanically, you have 4 hunger, which means that you suck at everything you do right now, and you're really hungry. You're starving. If you were to take 1 from him, he'll feel like he is much more drunk, and he'll probably go home and go to sleep. If you take 2 from him, he's probably going to pass out, but he'll be okay. If you take 3 or more from him, if you take 3 or 4 from him, he needs to go to the hospital right now. If you take 5 from him, you kill him. You just kill him straight. You take all of it.
No, just 2. I don't want
2.
any more
Okay.
trouble on us.
Okay, so you take 2 from him, so he passes out, but he's still, he's still in here. Like, Marcus can take care of him later when you guys are done.
Yeah. We just
Go
slump
put
him
him in
over
his,
the
go
bar.
put him in whatever car is left outside will be his car, or something. Okay. So as you sink your fangs into his throat, he becomes the feeling for him is orgasmic. He's just completely into it. He'll let you do anything you want to him. You could take every drop, and he will love every second of it. In fact, with you as hungry as you are, it's a little bit difficult for you to stop. I'm going to make a willpower roll for you to see if you can stop after you take what you intend to take. Willpower is not your best thing. But you only need 1 success. No modifiers. No, you didn't do it because... Yeah, you should have done it. Why didn't you do it? Try again. Okay. Are you broken again? Somebody try to roll something for me. See if it does it. I'm just going
From
to
our
roll...
character sheets?
Yeah, I'm just going to roll 5.
I just tried to roll from my sheet. Nothing happened.
Okay. You got the 1 success that you needed. It was really, really close. It was exceptionally difficult for you to stop. Yeah, the normal
could
dice
roll-
in the game works, but okay.
Yeah.
You guys all might get booted out, but I'm going to go and reset the API. So
Okay.
it might boot you out of the Roll20. Just come right back. It probably will because it has to reset.
Should we just back out anyways?
Yeah, if you want to. API scripts.
Right, exit game.
Restart API sandbox.
Tell me when to go back in.
Did you do it? There, now you're doing it.
Did you do it?
Spinning up new sandbox. Loading character sheet data. Okay. Did it boot everybody out or did you all leave?
I
I
left.
left.
Okay.
I left.
Just left. It didn't boot me out.
Okay. Let's go back in and
Just tell
first
me when
person
to
in
I
there
didn't want to
try
get
to
in the
roll
way
something
of
and
a
see if it works.
script.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then we're not going to worry about it. We'll just hand roll everything tonight.
We'll do it all by hand.
Mm-hmm.
Manually.
Manually.
Yeah, it's an easy fix just to see what your thing is.
Up.
That
It
sounded like
just
it worked.
It's working. Cool. Okay.
Oh,
It
good.
worked.
Woohoo!
Easy fix.
All right.
Where were
Easy
we?
fix.
Technology.
Okay, she was eating a person.
Oh, that's right. She ate the guy. And with 1 success, you did not completely eat the guy. So he
Congratulations.
has a really great time and passes out, and you just leave him down in the corner. So now that you have, let me pull her character sheet back up. We reduce. Come on, character sheet, load. Come on, come on, come on, you can do it. Okay. Come on, scroll down now. Okay, so we reduce hunger to 2. And I never gave you damage. You've got something like 2 aggravated damage and 4 superficial damage. Okay, so you can heal 1 of the aggravated damage, and it will probably cost you 1 or 2 of your hunger. You'll probably get hungrier back to about where you just were. Or you can reduce as many of your superficial damage as you want to, and each one has a 50% chance of making you hungrier. So it's up to you, but you should probably do some because you're almost dead. How much would you like to heal? Or if you want to do them one at a time, we can do them one at a time.
How many superficial?
You have 6 hit points total. 4 of them have superficial damage, and 2 of them have aggravated damage. Every point of damage that you take, if you were to take another point of superficial damage, it will turn it into an aggravated damage. So if you take 4 more superficial damage, you'll die. Or, well, it's not die. Like, your body goes to sleep for the next, with your humanity, probably like a year.
Okay.
So why don't we just heal superficial for now?
Yeah,
And
superficial.
we'll do them one at a time until hopefully you never get hungrier. But we'll do them one at a time and see how it goes. So we make 1 rouse check. And you have a success. You did not get hungrier. So let's do it again until you get hungrier. Okay, rousing success. You did not get hungrier. Did not get hungrier.
Nice. Let's
And
go.
on the 4th one, you got hungrier. So you have healed all 4 of your superficial. And you look much better.
Nice.
Okay.
But your hunger goes back up to 3. And now, if you want to, once per night, you can attempt to heal your aggravated damage. So if you were to do that, you would make this rouse check, this 50% chance of becoming more hungry, 3 times. So you have the chance of gaining 3 hunger while doing it. And since you're already at 3, if you go over 5, you frenzy and try to kill everybody in the room. So maybe you don't want to do that.
No, I don't.
Well, I was going to suggest maybe we should see if anybody else wants to come join the party.
Okay.
Keep bringing people back.
You want to knock? Let Marcus know?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. So you knock. A few
Hey,
seconds
Marcus,
later,
we could use some more partiers back here.
Okay. How many more do you think? 2?
2,
3?
but one at a
2?
time, please.
1 at a time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you close the door, you can hear him shout, "Okay, people, we've got room for..." And the door shuts. So you should be getting another person in a minute.
All right, let's hide the party guy so nobody sees him.
Yeah.
There's a closet. There's there's a closet for I mean, this is Villarreal's place, so she put like a wardrobe closet for if she ever visits.
Yeah, I'll move him over there for now.
Okay. All right, the door opens. He opens it right this way, and a girl comes in. She's in her 20s, Fairly attractive in a, like, not a super fancy dress like the other guy was dressed. She's dressed for a night out, but she's not dressed like for a opening thing. More like how you would
He's not
expect.
doing the peacock thing, huh?
Yeah. Okay, and I guess we do the same thing and feed off this guy. You want to take 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. So we take 2 again. I'm not going to make you roll your willpower this time. You were more under control this time.
Okay.
Okay, so you are back down to 1. I mean, I think it's scrolling for me really slow. There we go. Oh, it almost made it. Come on, scroll a little bit farther. Okay, yeah. You are at 1 hunger, so if you want to take these 3 rouse checks to heal the aggravated point, you can.
Yeah, I want to heal.
Okay. You can only heal
One of
1.
those.
You can only heal 1 aggravated point per night. It is extremely difficult. It takes a few minutes of you concentrating and putting bones back together. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. You failed all 3 of them, and now you are at hunger 4 again. Just as hungry as you were when you first
Damn
got
it.
here. Starving, but your body feels a lot more together. You're starting to feel
Okay.
yourself. Now you just need to wear one of the fancy clothes that's in the closet.
Okay.
Okay, well, the
And
door
maybe-
opens and someone else comes in. I assume you take
Just
2
in
from
time.
that person. And you are back down to 2, and now there are 3 people shoved in the closet. You feel pretty good.
Nice.
Your body feels much better. You're not bleeding all over the place. You find a dress.
You feeling better, girl?
You find a
yes.
dress and some shoes in Villarreal's closet.
And look so much better.
Yeah, Villarreal is the leader of the sexy vampire clan. So she's got clothes everywhere that she owns, and this is one of the places she owns.
Nice.
So, yeah, now you feel she's probably close to your size too. So, I mean, maybe it's a little bit off, but yeah, you feel much better. Now you just need to find a place to fix your makeup and take command of yourself again. But no, you feel much better.
Great. Thank you, guys.
All right. So, how to find Emily? Now that you've had some food, do you feel a little bit better? You think you might remember where it's at?
I think the guy that picked me up from the highway was he drove
Yeah,
for
I mean,
about
yeah, you can mostly figure out where you got back to the road. You walked a couple of miles off road through the desert barefoot till you came to the road, was able to flag down a car, and then forced that person to drive you here with domination. He's still waiting outside, by the way.
I could ask him to get us back there. I think it was like a 20 minutes drive till we got into the city again.
Yeah, it was about a 20-minute drive from where he picked you up.
So maybe we can ask him to get me back there or get us back there.
I mean, if you ran for a while, or if you were for any point you were on foot, I might be able to track the path you took.
Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, yeah, as a wolf you can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we could do that. Also, I'm starting to remember something about the FBI agent, and he had he had an accent. But I don't know how to describe it. He wasn't from around.
I see.
I don't know if that helps.
Did he talk fast or slow?
Much faster.
Okay, faster. I read that people who talk faster tend to be from northern areas. Light skinned?
Yes. He was wearing sunglasses, even though we were inside the little room.
And your dominate power did not work on him, even though he wasn't wearing a helmet. He was, however,
Yes.
wearing sunglasses.
I wonder if the sunglasses also has something to do with it.
Could be. Or he just didn't want you to see his eyes for some reason. Intimidation?
Well, he didn't look
Well, Hector,
intimidating.
it looks like you might get to try out your new van.
I think he's kind of away from.
He's busy right now.
He's texting. I think he's listening. He's texting in the chat a little bit.
Yeah, he said he had to go
Yeah.
do something.
Okay, so yeah, and also I think Jack is out too because he's got a tornado warning real quick.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So,
I told them don't become
yeah, so
Dorothy.
you guys can make the decision for them. What is the plan?
Hector asks, how did the guard kill the FBI agent? Gun.
Oh, he was using his guns.
You could tell them directly. I told him to kill him, and he killed him. But I mean, it's
Okay.
up to you how you want to explain it. Yeah, sure. He just used his gun. However you want.
Well, yes, I told him to kill him, and he used his gun. I wasn't thinking it straight up. That straight. So the FBI agent wasn't using any kind of vest. He was just using the suit and no protection at all. So it's not that difficult.
So he had a standard. It looked like a normal gun to you.
Yeah, pretty normal. Very standard from.
It didn't sound strange, or it looked like what you would expect a gun to look like.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, some pretty normal army gun.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does this bar have surveillance? Like, would it pick up people from like FBI or shady people wandering around it?
The bar itself, not that you were aware of, but your
Okay,
van has cameras all over the bar.
So
But the van also
we
hasn't
could-
been here all day. So
Oh, but like, if we were to go into the van and play around with it, we'd be able to see like different areas randomly, see if there's anybody skulking around or anything.
inside the bar, yes. You've got several cameras in the bar and also one for this back room.
Oh, okay.
You also have a few cameras of the gym. of Hector's gym.
Oh, all right. So,
And instructions on how to set up some on if you guys have other places.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
hello.
We had a quick tornado warning, but it's completely fine where I am, and it dissipated and expired.
Everything's
Woohoo.
okay.
Back in
But yeah,
Kansas.
there wasn't a tornado. It was
Okay,
just like the conditions were really bad for it, but nothing popped up.
Oh, good.
They were like 7 minutes, and I was like, okay.
So
We're
they're
good, sorry.
thinking about going back to where Adriana took a car, took a hostage, and had the hostage driver here. He's still waiting outside. So you guys could go back to where that was, and then
The hostage is outside?
yeah. Well, I mean, he doesn't know he's a hostage.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And
Forced volunteer would be more better.
Yeah, forced volunteer. And then Craig could
Yeah.
turn into a wolf and follow her scent and her tracks through the desert. 'Cause she ran a few miles through the desert before she came to the highway.
Oh, God. Okay.
So that's the idea they're at right now.
Sure.
Mila,
You went quiet.
were you saying something?
I'm just thinking. Lynn is not very smart, so
How smart is Mila?
Mila is pretty dang smart, I believe.
What she got?
She's a lot smarter than me.
We try to make our characters smarter than us.
I know. Next, whatever we do next, I'm kind of dumb.
I think unless Mila has 4, I think you're okay.
Okay, I don't think she has 4. Intelligence.
If
She has 3.
She has 3. I think you're still okay.
Okay.
Smarter than Craig.
But if you want to
Um,
ask around for would this make sense if Mila said or whatever, you can.
Yeah, well, I mean, I tend to just say
But
whatever, and
I think
you know,
you're.
it
I
doesn't
think
work.
I think you fit a 3, okay?
I'm thinking.
I mean, I got
so-
like 8 on a scale of 1 to 5, so I can, I know.
No. As far as your world knowledge, or you.
Everything. Yeah, I just know stuff.
Anyway, he drove her here, so I could put a bloodstone in hide it on the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
And I could see where it goes.
He didn't come from there. She intercepted him on the highway.
Yeah, he's just a bystander.
She ran out in the middle of the road and made him stop.
Okay, that's not helpful.
Except that he knows where she picked him up, where he picked her up at.
Well, then we can go ask him that.
Yeah.
Which is what he was saying, right? And then, what's his name? Craig?
Yep.
Craig.
Wolf guy can sniff out from there, right?
Yeah, that was one idea.
I mean, other than that, I don't really know what else we can do.
Well, we could also. I mean, this would give away Emily's. Well, would at least somewhat give away her haven, but if we went near to where it was, we may be able to find an agent or 2 who are basically watching it.
That's
So
true.
as
Get the jump
Adriana
on them.
considers revealing the location
That's high
of
risk.
Emily's haven, you decide that if that's what they want to do, that's fine because it's obviously not safe. And if she does get saved or released or escapes, she's gonna have a new haven anyway. So you can take them there.
Could we almost use her as bait and have her?
What?
No, I'm saying and have her start to go back, and I could be in the car with her, invisible, so no one could see me, and then you all trail from a good distance. But it looks like it's just her going back.
Why would you want to go back?
Well, that's true too. That's true. She wouldn't. I don't
Because
know.
she got a new dress. Yeah.
She's trying to seduce the rest.
She was not there.
What kind of range does the surveillance van have? Like, could they
I have no
find
idea.
the base, and just kind of like get as close as possible and
I
surveil?
mean,
it
you've
from
got
there,
access to Google Maps
Oh, that's true.
and drones.
Oh, it's the drone
Hey
that's
guys,
a
I'm back by
non-starter.
the way. I'm just.
No,
Oh,
they'd
whoa,
probably
you said the
shoot the
drones are a
drones down,
non-starter?
I said the drones are a non-starter because they were like, we could use a drone to get near the facility. It's like, no.
No, oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
It's like they will shoot it down with their own drones, and they will find us. I don't want to get predator striked.
I'm not sure how advanced the tech is here though. If she just managed to walk out.
That's true,
just
but
walk across
I
the
don't
desert.
know.
There's only one guard they left behind too. This just seems like an outpost instead of a base.
They're not tracking
but
her right now, are they?
Well, there was one guard left in the room, and as she escaped, she took over several other soldiers and had them fight for her on her way out. So there was probably like a dozen soldiers at that outpost.
But again, I mean, it doesn't sound super high security if she managed to just get out of there that easy, which is weird. I don't know. To me, I think we definitely we start there, and we go back to the road where she met up with the car. Maybe we leave the surveillance van close by there, but I wouldn't take a surveillance van across a desert because it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. We're probably better off ourselves just kind of walking through there, like stealthily. Maybe even send Mila like out front.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still here, IL?
Well, that's
So Mila and Craig?
Huh?
Have Mila go out with Craig?
yeah, maybe that's yeah. So let's get those two. So Craig goes in coyote form. Milo stays invisible. He's tracking the tracks back to the facility. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? If we use the drone, how far out? Like, if we leave the surveillance van, let's say, like, back on the highway, what are the ramifications, Jack, of using the drone? Like, if they find it, other than they just shoot it down, because we've got multiple ones. So
Jack still here?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking. And
I know.
keeping an eye on radar.
This is rough.
The drone to me just. I don't know. I feel like
They
there's.
may very well be able to hack the drone and find out where its where its control is coming from.
Yeah, I'm just wary of using technology against them that could tip them off because they'll be like, well, it's not ours. So,
And I mean,
Yeah,
versus,
that's like saying, hey.
And I mean, they could probably tell, like, just by looking at the drone, the distance. So they could probably, figure it out just by, hey, look at this, look in this area. This is the range it would have to be, and narrow it down pretty quickly.
I mean, well, it's either the drone tries to sneak up on the base or we do. So, yeah, I mean,
Well, the drone is always going to be loud. It's going to go, ah!
I don't think Sestonn,
Yeah,
we don't
that's
have like
true.
loud.
It's not very loud.
Yeah, they're probably stealth drones. They're for
Sounds like an
surveillance.
angry nest of hornets. What are you talking about?
Yeah, if you get
Well,
like,
that's-
right up in its face, but you can't even hear it from 30 feet away.
You must have a really stealthy drone because
I have a cheap drone, and it's not that loud. I got a
It's
drone that's
52
worth like $80.
decibels.
It's not that loud.
I imagine
It does sound
the
like a
ones
bunch
we
of-
have.
It sounds like 4 loud fans.
And I
you know,
imagine that we probably have like high-end ones that don't make
Yeah.
that much noise.
right.
But
Yeah,
I
they've
don't think
been
it's
made
the
to make as
sound.
little noise as possible within a reasonable price.
Isn't it the
Yeah.
radar that we have to be worried about? Like the sonar or the radar?
Wouldn't that pick us up too?
Well, we don't know what kind of facility it is.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
It's-
rather than we get caught out there with our pants down, I'd rather it be a drone. I'm not too concerned about Mila and Craig going in because they kind of have a disguises or concealment, but the rest of us trying to approach on foot is starts to
that's a
get pretty
non-starter.
dangerous.
No way.
So maybe the
think
rest of
me-
us stay by the highway in the surveillance van and wait for them to kind of report back, and then if we need the drones, we can employ them.
What
once they
about
tell us.
what about we go to? Oh no, I was gonna say we go to Emily's place, check for smells, and then go to that FBI agent. But then again, to have Craig walking around as a wolf there, it's gonna stick out if he's around there sniffing. So it doesn't say he can compare the smells, but and then see if he can follow a trail. But a wolf there.
Yeah, I don't want to send. I definitely don't think we should send Mila in concealed because if I remember correctly, that works on people's perceptions, but not on actual like cameras and footage.
Unless
so like if they caught her on a
unless she
security
took the
camera, they
advanced
just see her.
version of it. I don't know if she did or not.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that you didn't.
Oh, you know what? I had it, and then when we changed it and I kind of changed my character a little bit. That was one of the ones I dropped.
Okay.
So I don't currently have that one out.
Okay. Yeah, so you need to be careful around surveillance equipment and cameras and stuff because you're still revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Adriana, any other suggestions?
Well, I think that the plan of going back to the place I found the driver and smell the scent. Well, smell my scent back to the base was a good idea. But I also think that the drone might work.
Times are wasted. I think we should just, make a call and follow it through. Suggestion is we take the van over there, or we have your ride over there. Bring us back to where he picked you up on the road. We take the van, try to find a nice spot to dock it. Then Craig and Mila go off in the direction following the scent. Craig in the coyote form. When in the wolf form, right? Mine maybe once you get out a little far where you start to get concerned that you're maybe getting close, maybe Milo like stays as the in the middle, like the relay from there, and then Craig goes forward alone. Sees we can find time, he gets in trouble, he runs back to Mila or shouts out even if necessary, and then Mila relays to the rest of us on her cell phone.
Yeah.
Or some of the surveillance equipment. I imagine that it probably has those like earpieces and everything, right? That, like, so we can all put in earpieces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we're
does. Yes.
fancy now.
Didn't the prince not want us to use anything above like a walkie-talkie or something like that?
Well, yeah, what the earpieces would be on those channels that we were talking about, right? Though.
Okay.
I believe, if I remember right, his ruling for you guys was to be extremely cautious doing what you do, but continue to do what you do. But if anything comes bad from it, you have to accept the punishment.
Right.
So use your best judgment, but accept whatever the punishment is if you fucked up.
think some basic scouting is less risky than trying to like find one of them and interrogating them. I feel like that just invites the risk that they'll know, oh, so and so's been taken.
Okay.
Maybe they're tracking all their agents. They'll be like, agent's gone. Like where is he?
We've been having this conversation for like an hour. So what's the plan?
It's a tough problem.
Let's
I
do
mean,
go.
if you guys want to keep discussing it,
move.
that's fine. But if you're ready to have made a decision,
And personally, I'd rather leave Emily out to dry, but and I say that out of character. Ugh. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking the best plan is park
Park
that.
ability to leave her here, though.
What if we split up? Like one party goes to check on like they go to Emily's Haven, and the other one goes to check around the. And then Craig and Milo will go and look around the base.
If we get into some shit at the base, I'd rather we all be able to back them up.
Where Emily's table is.
And going back to Emily's is just inviting, walking into a trap.
Right.
Yeah, because they're for sure they're gonna have people like watching it, and they're gonna have stuff inside to basically see if anybody else shows up.
you're
Mhm.
probably going through.
And
it with a
besides,
fine-tooth comb,
like,
too.
like it's already too late in terms of whatever computers and technology that she had that they already have it. There's no getting that. They've probably already made backups and they've sent it to like the field office. Like that's done. We can't undo that damage. We just have to hope that Emily covered her stuff so she doesn't implicate anybody else. But
I mean,
Yeah.
that just kind of leaves the base then.
exactly.
Yeah. So let's grab the van, go over to the place where homegirl got picked up, and then Craig and Mila go out, and then Craig detaches when they get to a place where Mila feels comfortable stopping.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll drive the van if that's okay.
Sure.
Are you
I think she
guys
can be safe
going
instead
to
of her.
use
You're gonna let him drive the van?
Adriana's?
Oh no! Wait!
drive?
No! Fuck that! No!
Well, don't you want to be in the tech van? Like, to run the tech stuff, don't you need to be in the tech seat?
Yeah.
That's what I
In
mean.
the back.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, but your guy has a history of crashing cars, so maybe somebody else.
Okay, well, that was because we got in a chase that I didn't even want to do.
That could happen again.
Well, look,
Yes, it did.
Jack is confident in his driving skills, so I
You
don't
did-
like.
That wasn't an accident. You rammed that guy on purpose.
Exactly.
That's true.
It was.
All right. Cool.
It was. Yeah. It was the cost of success.
Yeah, bro. Go for it. Whatever.
You guys should have told Masters to put I don't know, like spikes on the front or something so he could ram cars.
That wouldn't be obvious at all. We should. Why don't
Okay.
we
Don't
also
forget
just
the
put some bat
bombs.
bat
What are
wings
you
and spray
guys going
paint?
to do with Adriana's forced volunteer? Is he going to lead
Shoot,
the
Have
way?
him lead
We
us
even
back
talked
to
to
the
him?
place.
Well, he's outside in his car waiting for his mistress to return.
Let's just have him take us back to that place where he picked her up, and then he can skedaddle unless she wants. That's for.
What does he think is happening?
He thinks he's gonna get some.
You don't know.
Oh, is that all this
You
is?
gotta ask her?
He's like completely out of it.
Yeah, he's been dominated. He's completely out of it.
Okay.
What if Craig and Mila ride with him? They drive ahead, so this way, and then you guys follow in the van behind, so this way you guys aren't as conspicuous. And then
Yep.
he can
Okay.
Yeah, then he could
That
drop you
sounds
guys
good.
off and go home.
Yes.
Okay.
Be
That works.
prepared though to be prepared though to not get off right at that stop, like to keep an eye out to see if there's like anybody like watching there, and then maybe get dropped off further down past it, and then circle back to it. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Like not get off right where in case they're tracking her, get off right where her blood trail got on the interstate.
But she didn't bleed that much. Vampires don't bleed that much.
True.
Well, I was like, but if they go around, isn't that just going to take a lot more time? Well, then again, I don't think that.
I'm not saying like super far. I'm just saying like don't get off right there.
Right.
Make it look like there's engine trouble or something, then slip off.
Okay.
Okay.
However,
You guys have a plan. Who's gonna go with? Is Adriana going in the van, or is she going with her servant?
I think she should go in the van.
yeah, like where she can't be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she needs to give.
I could
Or
ride
in-
with the man. I could ride with the servant, and just that way he could show us where he picked her up at, and then that way I can make sure he gets someplace where he doesn't remember.
That
Shoot, we
works.
also have to worry about people that are with him running into him.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, oh my god, that's so and so.
Just out of curiosity, does Michael have any like weapons on him with a scope in case Craig's
Yes.
butt is in the fire?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
In the car.
Yeah, I forgot Michael was here.
He's
I
quiet.
know. I almost.
He's
I
doing
can
his
just
job.
I can just imagine him thinking, "I don't
Craig
like
has
this
a
idea.
babysitter, so
I don't like this idea."
His face shows that. I don't like this idea. But he hasn't said.
We usually don't like any of our ideas, but we gotta do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Adriana will need to give pretty specific instructions to her servant if she's not going. So let's do that. So you guys go outside. He's waiting inside his car. He's like a 65-year-old grandpa with a mostly bald head and some silver hair on the sides. And he's just sitting in the car waiting for her to come back. So, what instructions does Adriana give to him? His name is John.
I was gonna ride with him.
sorry.
But they think you should ride in their van instead of riding with him, so that he could just drop off their two stealth guys and then maybe just go home.
Okay, so
You on the other hand, this is their job. They're basically the vampire police guys. So it is their job to do this kind of things, but you feel safer having someone under your control. So, you kind of agree with them that maybe that's the best idea, but you also kind of would rather him stay around until you could get a new him or a new something. Since your ghoul is gone. You assume your ghoul is gone. There's been no
okay,
been no sign of him.
okay, so John is gonna drive
With Mila and Craig.
with Mylan Creek.
He was gonna ride in the van.
Who? What?
Isn't she riding in the van?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
put you over
So
here.
she tells him that, and then goes to the van.
I don't have a picture for John. He's just some old white guy.
Okay, John, you're gonna drive with the pretty lady here, but
Okay, miss.
It would help if I put my microphone next to my face. So since we have this super awesome van, does it include comms for Mila and Craig? So
Yes.
that way they can communicate with us.
It does
Craig
not have.
really
It
can-
does not have comms made for Craig's wolf ear. So
Milo
when
could be with him. Milo can be next to him.
yeah, when he turns
Yeah.
into a wolf, he won't lose the comm. All of his clothing and stuff magically just becomes nothing, and then when he turns back, they'll come back with him. But that
He wouldn't
doesn't
be able
mean
to talk anyway.
he has an earpiece as a wolf. He doesn't.
Well, he wouldn't be able to talk to us anyway, so.
Mhm.
Well, if there's like danger, I guess he could like howl.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
Bark.
Yeah, you could still do that as long as you're only within a few miles.
1 bark for yes, 2 barks for no.
Okay, so yes, ma'am. We'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, then go back to your place and wait for me there.
You don't know where he lives. You had him bring
Oh,
you
well,
here.
okay.
You could just tell him to go home. You know, he'll wake up. He'll wake up in a few hours and be out of the control, and he'll have the memory of taking you guys around. He has no idea who you were or why he did that, but he will rationalize it as
God.
best he can. But
Okay.
let's see. Adriana or Jack could rewrite his memories completely. And I believe Jessica could erase the last 5 minutes with her, if she's got cloud memory. I think she has cloud memory.
I have club memory.
Yeah. So you could erase like 5 minutes, but he's already been her servant for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or Jack or Adriana could completely rewrite his memory.
Yeah, I could take care of that.
Then you gotta go with him or have him drop them off and then go back to the van.
I could ride. I could ride with them instead. Let Hector drive the van.
That's
That way, we have somebody in the car after they get out.
Yeah.
wasn't
I feel like
Gina
that
going?
makes sense.
Wasn't Gina going to be in the car?
I don't know. Now she
I
wouldn't need
volunteer
to
to go in the car. Yeah,
I
but
don't
if
think
Jack
Gina
goes,
can,
then that's a little bit more all-purpose.
be. Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit
can
more
you rewrite
domination.
memories?
No, she can't rewrite memory. She could just
I
make
have
him
cloud
forget the
memory and I
last
have
5 minutes.
mesmerize. Let me list. Let
Yeah,
me just triple check
okay.
what mesmerize does.
Mesmerize is the same thing Adriana used on him. You can give him an advanced command.
What
I
if
think
Wait in the car until I come back. That's the order he's been on for the last hour. 2 hours.
the command is go home and then write about how you had a real bad acid trip after deciding to try it for the first time?
This 65-year-old dude?
You know what? You know, it's like the post midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm.
the post midlife crisis, the late life crisis. I needed to find myself.
Adriana is the
Reed.
most likely of the 6 of you to have the idea that it might probably just be best to either keep this guy around forever or to kill him. Because she is the least humanity of the 6 of you.
I'm high in humanity.
Should keep him around. I mean, he's an old dude. He doesn't look suspicious or anything.
Where did you get this guy from again?
He was just passing by.
Okay. Cool then. Yeah, you just keep him, I guess.
Or maybe he drops drops out drops he drives us back to the spot and then we leave him there.
He could join the gym.
Join the
Do you need an older person in your gym, Hector?
I think we could just keep it simple and rewrite his memory.
I mean, his wife might start looking for him tomorrow.
Yeah, why don't I just rewrite his memory and keep it simple?
Okay.
I'll ride in the car with
Yeah, that
him.
would be better.
Then I'll just rewrite the memory after he goes home or whatever.
Mhm.
I'll just tell him. I'll
Maybe-
figure out what I'll tell him when we get to that point.
Maybe we should get some flowers that you could take home.
Nah, that's fine. He can,
Does he have
can
a
deal
wife?
with his marriage problems. We don't know. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
If
he's
you
gonna
ask-
smell like Adriana's
No, that could be
perfume.
part of the instructions to get what. So Jack Chad's telling him to get flowers on his way home.
Yeah.
Why don't we focus on the main thing and then we'll deal with that.
Okay, you guys are on your way.
Yay!
All right. Does anybody have anything they need to talk about in either of the two cars that are traveling? We've got John and Jack and Mila and Craig in the car. And we've got Hector and Jessica and Michael Bright is in the car. Nah, I guess he's in the van, but he's not happy. And Adriana are in the van. I should bring Michael Bright.
We got this.
No one has a scene they need to play?
Should Craig transform in the car while they're moving? So this way it doesn't look suspicious. Have a guy get out and then transform.
As long as you're gonna completely erase his memory, because otherwise he's gonna see a dude
Oh,
turn
that's
into
true.
a dog, into a wolf.
Oh, Craig
my
is in the
asset
car.
I-
Did we give
Yeah,
Did we go ahead and give Adriana a ear thing?
That's up to you guys. You are.
I'll cloud when you park, like for you to get out, you transform and I'll cloud his memory of that moment, and then he can keep going on his mission.
Oh well, okay. Works.
Yeah, 'cause cloud memory is easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go in the van real quick and see if anyone has anything to say while you guys were riding out there, following the car. Did I not? Yeah, there you go. Oh, I did it twice. Alright, well, while we're in the van, I have our van page I could switch to.
Ooh, fancy.
The van page! Oh, I moved me there, I didn't move
Van
you guys there.
That
page.
van.
Van page. Adrian is even in here. So there you go. I don't know if you guys have anything to say or do, but you are on your way there. Talk if you have anything to say. Any of you, Adriana included. Michael has nothing to say, but he does not look happy. Oh, he did get his sniper rifle out of his car.
Oh, good.
So he is
Of course.
he is assembling that in the van.
So, Adriana, what's your story? How long have you been kindred?
I don't remember, but I wrote it down.
Well,
I'll tell you. Give me a second. I don't remember how old I made her, but I wrote it down on our character sheet.
She looks like early 20s.
Let's see. Blood and experience or details? Details, probably. Come on, computer. There we go. Details. Yeah, she looks 23. That was a good guess. Her true age is 48.
Oh.
She died in 96.
It's
So
about
you can-
as almost as I mean
Well,
a little
no,
bit.
she may
longer
not
than
tell
what
you
we've
that
been.
information. She may lie. She's very good at it. So it's up, you know. That's up to IL.
That's Adriana's choice then.
Yeah.
So I was 23 when I died. I've been around for a while.
How long have you
Um,
known Emily for?
A couple of years, I think. She didn't like me.
Or better yet, how do you know Emily?
Um,
She likes everybody. What are you talking about?
no, she was. I mean, she did seem like she liked me, but didn't hit it off right away. It was more like a how can I say this? Like an acquainted taste, I think.
Acquaintance?
Okay.
Yeah, but she's really funny, and she's nice.
She's got a sense of humor on her, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Balls deep.
Fucking balls deep. I have another balls deep story for you, but that's off of yeah.
Off of what?
Anyways,
It's off topic.
What?
it's an SCA thing. It's okay.
Okay.
Just that's not vampire related.
Ugh.
Okay, do either of you guys want to make a like a persuasion roll to try and make friends with the other? Let's see. We're going to make Adriana's going to make some kind of roll to try and.
So I need a persuasion roll to make a friends with Adriana.
Only if you're doing it
Because
on
you know
purpose.
I'm a bitch and I don't have a lot of friends. So
Only if you're doing it on
No, I'm
purpose,
gonna
which is kind of
I'm
what
gonna-
she's doing.
all right, persuasion. Let's do this.
Just do charisma and persuasion.
Charisma plus
And-
persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
And we'll do that. We'll do that for her also. And it's not persuasion as much as it's just kind of a general charisma, like how well you guys are getting along and how much you've influenced each other and let your personality spread to where you guys are like getting along.
All right, hold on. Let me get my persuasion up. Oh, that's great. Adriana's
Okay.
awkward. I can handle that.
That charisma, it's her manipulation is actually pretty fucking great. But she's much better at trying to get you to do something than to try and get you to like her. Okay, so yeah. Adriana comes off as just a
Effective.
little bit awkward, like she's, and that's kind of the situation she's in actually. And Jessica comes off as very warm and caring and, open. Someone that you could probably be good friends with. Or, in Adriana's way of thinking, someone you could probably use to control and manipulate those around her because she's very charismatic and persuasive.
Because yeah, that's how vampires roll.
Okay. Let's jump to the other vehicle.
Okay.
In here we have Jack, Craig, Mila, and John. And John is kind of in a daze, just driving at night with his brights on down the highway.
So, as we're driving down the highway, Craig's kind of like looking out over the desert with his, away from John. With his night vision, does he see anything of note?
You can see pretty good out there. It just looks like nighttime of the desert. There's nothing special.
This John guy, he knows exactly where we need him to go, right?
You asking me out of character? Yes.
Yeah.
At least that was the plan.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna let him do his business and sort of just keep quiet because I don't want him to. I don't want to make anything harder
Okay.
on
I'm
rewriting
gonna
memories.
roll like 3 dice, and to get how accurate he is at the exact spot. If he gets all 3 of them as successes, then he's gonna be pretty accurate. Otherwise, he could be up to like a mile off.
John, please.
1, 3, and 8. Okay. You guys don't really know how off he is, but you know he does his best. He just picked up some chick on the side of the road in the desert.
That's fair. It's very fair.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, he pulls over. He doesn't say anything. He just pulls over. And he turns his head and looks at you guys like you're supposed to get out or something. No, wait. He didn't have the instructions to go home because you're gonna fuck with his head. So yeah, he just pulls over and just sits there.
Yeah. So I'll be in the front seat, and I'll turn back, look at Milo, look at
Craig.
I just forgot
Craig.
what we called as
Krieg.
Krieg. Sorry. Sorry. All right.
It's Craig, not Krieg.
Oh, Craig.
Craig.
I'm
Time for
gonna
you to
call
both.
him Wolf Boy.
It's time for you to
Wolf
both head
Monk.
out.
Or you could say Krieg.
Craig, you're gonna transform,
Yeah, let me get on that.
and then I just say to John, eyes forward.
Okay.
Okay, let me just do a rouse check.
I'm going to go invisible. Let me do a mouse check.
Boop, 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 boop. Craig gets hungry.
Hunger. All the shifting
Mylan's
bones.
Good.
He's always hungry.
It
Getting
takes.
better.
How long did it say it takes? Like a minute or two?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can hear outside the cracking of bones as he rearranges his body.
Ooh.
I thought it was just like an instantaneous, like Twilight transformation. Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah, he's got
His clothes, his earpiece, everything just melded
It's
into
absorbed.
his wolf body. And he is a wolf. He is quite clearly a wolf. He doesn't really look like a coyote. He weighs 3 times more than a coyote. But you know, it's nighttime. So
Hmm.
he's
Can
a
he
wolf,
walk?
and he weighs
Can
like
he
100
walk on
pounds.
2 legs, and
120
we
pounds.
could give him like a trench coat so he was personally?
Okay, so I was about to say we could make a dexterity roll for that, but then I remembered Craig's dexterity. No.
I mean, nothing is more inconspicuous than a
Craig is
wolf
having some
upright in a
problems with
trench coat.
forelegs.
Well, I'm just if he's. I mean, we're just gonna have a wolf walking on
Craig
the side
has a
of the
little
road.
bit of trouble walking around on 2 legs normal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No,
it's
when
just an
he
animal.
transforms, the trench coat disappears, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm
Seriously.
saying if we had one, we could put it on him, but it's. I'm just okay.
I think that's a horrible idea.
Okay.
Maybe
well,
for
Okay.
we got
Halloween.
Invisible Chick is invisible now, and Wolf Boy is wolf now. Okay,
Yes.
so now you guys have to
Alright.
find
Good.
the spot where
Invisible
he picked
Chick.
her up, because it doesn't look like it's right here. You don't have a smell of her.
And I do have an ear. I have an earpiece on, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have to speak only in a whisper, or you will reveal yourself.
Right. Okay.
I guess Craig is gonna like get low and just start sniffing the ground and just start walking down along the highway till he smells her.
Okay. Make me a awareness and resolve roll.
Resolve. Okay. Awareness.
Yeah, and add 2 extra dice to it.
2.
Oh, no.
3.
Oh.
You can't always get what you want.
You do find her scent, but it takes you about 30 minutes.
You can try sometimes. And the masquerade you'll find.
Okay.
You get
So
the beast.
while he's doing that, what's Mila doing while she's invisible? Are you just following the wolf?
Yeah, following him, looking around, in case.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I guess the van comes and pulls up behind the car. Are you gonna do whatever you're gonna do with John now, or are you gonna wait?
I'm going to. I think we need to get moving. So, I mean, I'm on comms with everybody else. I'll just say to John. Okay, John, time for you to drive home.
Okay. You erase all the events of the evening?
Won't I have to wait for that until, can I erase and then have him drive home?
Yes. Yeah, you can erase everything and then just give him the compelled to drive home. Or not a compelled, mesmerized to drive home.
So it erase him
You could even
knowing
put
where
it
he
in.
lives and
You
stuff.
can even put it into the reconstructed memories that he is driving home right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll do forgetful mind on him. So I'm just gonna have John look at me for a second, maintain eye contact.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna say, let's see, he was found on the road. So
A few hours have gone by too. He's lost.
yeah, it's been a few hours. So he was driving somewhere. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. John, you were driving home when you blew out a tire. You had to very quickly. You had to call and wait for insurance or whatever it is. Like there's a term for the emergency repair. Jack knows it. Nick doesn't. You waited for
AAA.
them to come and
He's an
change
old
out
dude.
your
He's got
tire.
AAA.
Yeah, AAA. It took a few hours for them to get there. Eventually, they did, and you're finally able to get back on the road and head home. He remembers.
Yep. And you can see
Um,
the clearing of his eyes.
and then I'm just gonna
just
get out of the side door, close it, and walking away.
Okay. And then he just drives off. About 2 minutes later, you see him coming back because he was going the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder
cool.
why
So I
I
see him
was
pass.
going that way. That's weird.
Hey, sometimes you're dumb, John. It's okay.
Okay. And inside the van, what are you guys doing? The car drove off. Jack is standing outside.
I think I'm gonna have to
We
make a
have
rouse check
somebody
for that.
who's actually
you do have to make a
listening
rouse.
to Mila.
Yeah. Okay, so Mila's giving a play-by-play of I don't think he's found it yet.
I'm also seeing if there's any blood drops, because I like to lick that.
Yeah. You're looking around for blood drops to lick?
Just for fun. But other
Classic.
than that, just whatever.
Okay,
You never know.
Let's see. She doesn't really bleed, so I'm gonna say you don't find any.
Yeah, I didn't expect to, but might
The
as
only
well
place you really find the blood of a vampire is like on the tools you bashed him with, or like you shot him and it made a blood splatter on the wall behind, or something like that.
Right.
They don't actually bleed as they travel. Unless something's wrong. Okay, well, eventually, You do find Adriana's scent. Craig.
So I found it, and I sit up, and I just kind of like look at Mila, and then I just go, like I make a huffing sound, like, okay, this is it.
I'm gonna whisper, he huffed. I think you found something.
So he's gonna turn and start following the blood trail.
Okay. You go for a couple miles through the desert. And then you come into sight of a small compound. It's about like a couple 100 feet squared. And there's a lot of action going on in there. There are some trucks moving, a couple of trucks moving out, a couple of trucks moving in. There's a lot of movement.
Ooh.
Keep in mind, it's like 2 in the morning.
That's a lot of action for 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, right there. That's
Are there cameras?
That's
Because I
suspicious.
want to avoid those.
How close do you get? You can't tell if there are cameras from here.
Okay.
can
I'm
Craig
keeping
look
an
with
eye out
his
for that.
Is Craig what?
night vision to see
Yes.
to see him any
You
clearer?
already see pretty well as a wolf, but you turn that on and you can see perfect. So yeah, you go. Craig goes up closer, and yes, there are cameras. There aren't like cameras with a big ass headlight on them, so they're probably thermal or night vision cameras,
Ooh.
Milo's
or
got
useless at night.
thermal
Those are
beat.
like the 3 options. They're useless at night, or thermal, which won't pick you guys up, or uh, night vision, which sees everything in green.
Well, knowing the FBI and what they're dealing with, what do you think they would pick?
Oh, there's
Every-
also a 4th option, something you guys aren't aware of.
No.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
the
like the way you just said
possibility of
that.
4th option.
Hint, hint, hint.
But yeah, you
What is that
you
4th
do spot a
option?
couple of cameras, and then I guess you huff, and Mila spots a couple cameras. There might be more, but you see one at both guard tower. There's a guard tower in all 4 corners, and there is a guard up there with a sniper rifle on all 4 towers, on all 4 corners.
So I guess Craig is a fair distance away still.
Craig
I
needs
mean,
to make me a stealth roll.
Okay.
Just let's see. You get roll me stealth and dexterity, but you don't actually use your dexterity. You use a wolf's dexterity. So add 2 more.
Okay.
So you'll have. Oh wait. Just roll 6 dice because you also use the wolf stealth rating. Unless your stealth rating is 3, roll 6 dice.
My stealth rating is 3.
Okay, then you can do it off stealth. Sure.
Okay.
Because that's better because it rolls your hunger in with it.
So I'm doing stealth plus.
Plus dexterity plus 2.
Okay. Plus 2.
Okay. Now I have to roll. Let's see, like random dude, but it's not a random night. It's an eventful night, and he doesn't want to get killed by vampires sneaking up on his base. So we're gonna roll 5 dice. Did I do it?
I'm not saying anything.
Let's just assume he failed.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
just take the
pain.
first one because
Okay.
1, 2. You got 2. You got 2 on both of them. Oh, when I actually roll these real dice like this instead of using the systems dice, what you're looking for is anything that is a 6 or above. That's considered a success. So the 7 and the 8 are 6 or above. So there are 2
So,
successes of the 5
2
rolls.
successes.
Yeah. So maybe he
Okay.
sees the wolf since they rolled the same. If you want, Craig, you can make a willpower reroll on all 3 of your black dice because they all suck.
Okay. All right. So how do I
Do
do
it.
So you mark
a
off
willpower?
one of your willpower dots to a slash, not an X, but a slash, and then you
All
click
right.
on right underneath your willpowers like WP reroll or some shit like that. You click that
Yeah.
die button,
Okay.
and then it'll ask
And
you
it's
how
3
many
dice.
dice, and you tell it 3.
All right.
So you add one more, so you've got 3. He's got 2. So yeah, you don't know if he sees you or not, but he's not shooting at you, so that's good.
It's a plus.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay, how close do you guys get?
Not very. I'm gonna whisper. You said there was like a guard tower at each corner with someone in it with a sniper rifle, right?
Yes.
So there's essentially 4 sniper rifles.
Yes. Well, I mean, well, there's like at most 2 facing a direction.
Right, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
whisper.
then there's a lot of activity. If
Okay.
you watch it for a few minutes, you get the sense that they are taking the base apart.
Huh.
Oh God.
Okay. I relay that information in whisper mode.
Okay. Go ahead and tell them.
Okay. So there is 4 watchtowers. Each one has a man with a sniper rifle. There's a lot of cameras, and there's a lot of activity, and it seems like they are taking apart this compound, like breaking it down.
Whatever you do, don't get any closer. You guys need to back off.
All right. I'm gonna look at. Well, yeah. I'm gonna look at at Wolf and Sam. And Sam. Jack says for us to kind of back up, to start backing up.
I think you guys need to return, so we can pick you up.
So let's let them pick us up, so that way we can kind of talk about where to go from here. Because if we get closer, they're gonna spot us.
All right, Craig.
Make a mental note of where this place is.
Okay. All right.
So I guess Craig nods and he starts leading Mila back because the desert all looks the same.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it certainly does.
Sounds good to me.
And in the middle
Yeah.
of the dark, it just looks dark.
Yeah,
I was
without blood,
tripping,
so
falling
I
in
don't know
cactus,
what
and
I'm
those big ass mesquite bushes.
You could reverse follow the trail.
Yeah. It's hard to
True.
do at night too if you don't know how to survival. Okay. Does anybody care to tell Mike? Well, I guess he heard you guys talking. So he seems visibly relaxed now that Craig is coming back. Oh, also I forgot to tell you, he was, while this was happening, laying on top of the van with the sniper rifle at first, and then once they got out of his vision, he came back in sight.
Oh, so they did travel pretty far?
Yeah,
of
you
course
guys
it's
went
nowhere
like
near
3
the.
miles.
Oh, wow.
I would need help getting back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you get back. Your nice new shiny van.
Ooh.
Okay, so you said they were
I like this van
disassembling
actually.
the base.
Oh, we could pull up the van page again.
That's what it seemed. I'm gonna stay talking quietly because
Stay invisible.
just in case. Although I didn't get hungry, so.
As I hate to say it, but they're disassembling this base, secure facility. They've got men with rifles on watchtowers.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we're getting her. She's gone.
No. And they
Michael
have
says
time to
she's
fly
probably
her.
gone already. She might have been one of the first trucks that left. They've had hours.
Then, do we have a way to follow the trucks?
Even if we do, they're just going to take her to a more secure facility. If this is a temporary place and they're that secure, then we've got no chance of breaking in and getting her out. Even at a similar level place, the risk is so great. If anything goes wrong on it, even if it's completely successful and we get her out, now they know that there's other kindred that were helping her, and they're just gonna dig even deeper. I
Should have contact Valentina.
mean, we can try to send a courier. I really don't know what we can do.
Hector
Well, we
and
know where she
Adriana
is,
both know the
right?
channels to contact Adriana. Without them, you guys' only contact to Adriana was through Emily. But
Right.
both of them know.
Look, Adriana, and I mean, this goes for everybody. I don't think any of us want to hear this, but I think we're just gonna have to accept that Emily's gone and we're not gonna get her back. And she's either dead or captured, and what they do to her or what they did to her is what's happened.
Is Hector here? He is, right?
He's been like multitasking, so he's probably not here because he hasn't said anything for a while.
Okay. I mean, because at this point, it's possible Valentina doesn't even know anything happened. Although, what's her name probably contacted her, right?
Who? Adriana?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, she's with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I can ask her. Do you think, we should contact her and just let her know what's going on? Because I don't want her to not know anything.
Yeah, I think that will be the next step. I also think that she might be gone. But Emily, but might be in another facility. Yes, as you guys said before. But Valentina must know.
She
even
might.
though.
Would it be okay? I mean, I think we should also let Prince James know. Do you have any reason for us to not want us to let him know about this, Adriana?
Yeah. Well, I don't think
Prince James needs to know.
I don't think Emily followed the rule of Prince not using technology. So if we get her back, she might be punished for that.
Well,
What if we just talk about the base? Is there any way we can play ignorant and just point out that, Adriana needed help and then we helped her and we found out about this base and the movements?
I mean, to be frank, though, I don't even know if the repercussions of Prince James finding out that Emily used technology, I don't think that matters anymore. If you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, you're right.
True.
Because we can't get her. There's just no way. Not without getting us all killed in the long run, including her. We just don't have the resources, and even if we did, it wouldn't matter.
Jessica notices Michael almost saying something and then swallows his words back and goes back to quiet. About the this happens during the discussion of whether to tell Prince James.
What is it, Michael?
I think that you have to
Will
tell
it-
Prince what's going on. You're all in danger now.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, James needs to know.
Well, let's
Yes.
go tell him, I guess. Also, we should try to make sure that nobody's following us. The risk is low, but as we start going, let's try to keep an eye out, make sure no car is tailing us.
Would the lights affect
Well,
Craig's
this is the
night
super
vision?
van. Of course we can.
With the lights,
Like if he's
What?
looking at night vision in the back, would like all the lights on make it harder for him to see?
yes, but it's really
Oh.
easy to switch that back and forth.
Oh, okay.
It is now.
So, I mean,
it
Craig
wasn't
can-
that first day, but it is now.
So I mean, Craig can watch for a trail,
Mhm.
a tail too.
Okay. Craig, you don't know anything about this, but what we're looking for is we're not looking for something. They're not going to be right on our ass as we drive. They're going to hang back. So what you're looking for is a car that seems to be trying to hide that they're following us.
Or a
So
drone.
they're going to try to stay at the periphery, and I'm going to do some maneuvers. It's not going to be intense or anything. It's just going to, drive in a circle, just do some nonsensical routes, and you're just going to try to make sure that there's nobody that's going out of their way to make sure that they're following us. Does that make sense?
Okay. Question though. Would
Also
that,
look
would that
for
fall,
drones. Right, says.
Yeah, but would that fall under like the hunting specialty?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. This just
Yeah, that's
awareness.
more offensive perception.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
No. It's just awareness and wits.
Okay.
So, as we're driving there, should I make any check for, like, my routes
Yeah.
that I'm driving? Because,
Yep.
like, what would it be, like a subterfuge?
Yeah. Let's do dexterity and subterfuge. That sounds kind of weird. Let's do that. I'm probably never going to do that again. Yeah, that's pretty good. Uh-huh. Okay. Do we want to
just,
stop here, or do we want to actually do a scene where you explain to Prince James?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
It sounds like you're picking pockets.
So you guys get to the hotel. This is Adriana's first time at the hotel at Elysium and meeting the prince. So this is the Rose Hotel, and it is the nicest hotel in the whole city. And the entire top floor belongs to the prince of the city. So you guys get up there, and we'll move you to my Elysium page. Archon is not here right now. Looks like the first time you guys have been here, and the Archon's not here in months.
Cool. Get her out of here.
Okay, so yep, you guys get here. You actually have to wait in Prince James's room for him. Oh, and the room you're waiting in looks like this. It's got old decor, and like everything is antiques from the Wild West era. And he's got pictures up of like old Wild West photos, a couple of them of himself, where he still looks exactly the same, clothing different, of course. He's got like a weapons case that's got a few old 1860s, 70s, and 80s pistols. And you guys wait in here for a few minutes until he gets here. So you guys are by yourself for a moment while you talk. Maybe you want to prepare Adriana to meet the prince. She's never met him.
Okay, Adriana.
What have you heard about the prince?
Well, not much. Just a couple of things that Emily said about his looks and he being the prince, but nothing specific.
Okay, so you should know he's pretty laid back. He's of course very strict on this technology stuff. So he's asking questions about. I don't know what your role is if you use any technology, but I hope not. And we'll try to just steer away from that part of the conversation.
Okay.
He's a good prince. He treats Anarch and Camarilla fairly.
Good.
Oh, Michael is also here. He mutters to Craig, "My first night guarding you, and I'm meeting the prince twice."
It's a new, and Craig, he smiles. It's a new record for me too. Hopefully, we don't do 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. I hope not. Okay, and then the door opens, and Prince James comes in, and he is dressed somewhat leisurely, like he was already done with all of this shit for the day.
It's good to see you again, Prince, though not under great circumstances.
But yeah, what's going on? Who's this? And he looks at Adriana.
Anyone like to introduce her?
Adriana Estrada, he says as he looks at her. He looks her up and down. We haven't had the pleasure. And he holds out his hand for you, for Adriana, to kneel and kiss his ring.
Good, it's fun.
So I kneel.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss the ring, it's great.
Okay.
Okay, and you kiss
And
him.
kiss
Fine,
you.
just
Yeah.
get over with.
Okay. Go ahead and rise.
Okay.
So what's going on? What's this about? And he looks at Jack and Hector, but Hector's really quiet.
The Inquisition is
Oh, is Hector back?
already in.
I thought I heard him for a second.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've been back for a while.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been back since a while. Sorry.
All right, cool.
Just
Okay.
being quiet.
Yeah, so he mostly
Inquisition
looks at you guys
is in El
because you guys
Paso.
seem to be the biggest talkers whenever you're around him. Okay, what'd you say?
The Inquisition is in El Paso.
Well, we already know that.
No, we found a base camp.
They have
They took-
Emily.
What? And he looks at Jessica. They have Emily. What happened?
They have Emily. Adriana, do you want to explain?
And he looks at Adriana.
Well, Emily and I have a relationship, and we spend some nights together. Last night we went to sleep, and I don't know how.
It was actually this
I don't
morning,
remember.
but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
This
a
morning-
habit of saying we go to sleep at night, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is it that kind of a relationship, really?
Well, it was late in the morning. We went to sleep, and I don't know how. I don't remember. I don't recall any details.
You were asleep through the whole
We
thing.
we were taken, and I woke up in a strapped to a chair in a little room, which I managed to escape using my powers, but it was difficult because they were wearing some helmets, and I couldn't do it quickly. So
He puts his arm around your shoulder and leads you over to a chair and sits down with you.
I think they have Emily. I haven't seen her since yesterday morning,
Okay.
and I don't know where she is, and I think they got it. They got her. They have her.
Okay. They have her, or they've already destroyed her. Okay. Well, that's one of the people we wanted absolute least to be taken. So that's not good. And he looks at Jack. Any ideas?
Well, we were able to find the camp. It was in the desert. They were already disassembling it, which seems they're relocating. Any kindred that they have are going to be moved to a more secure facility, most likely, or maybe, well, assuming that they're with us, say. But it's likely that they were able to find her because of her use of technology. I don't know if she was using it actively, but we know that she had a much more significant online presence than us, and maybe even in prohibition. Maybe she obeyed the prohibition, but even then, her presence from before was so significant. Find her anyway, in spite of it. Really don't know. I don't think it's a coincidence that Emily was the one that they caught.
No,
Obviously,
probably not.
I don't think we have any means of getting her back, nor would that even be strategically wise.
Yeah.
In fact, that may be strategically a fatal mistake if we did anything to try to get her back.
So he turns and he looks at Adriana, and he takes her hand in his hands, and then all of a sudden, all of you can feel his power of presence, his awe turn on. And he goes from being a powerful personality to such an awe-inspiring, magnetic personality that it is unbelievable to human standards. If you want to use numbers, he took his 4 charisma and bumped it to 9. So
Damn.
he takes her hand, looks in her eyes, and says, "How did you escape? Tell me everything. Every detail."
Well, when I tried to mesmerize this guard, and I couldn't do it, and kept trying a couple of times. Till I got to him, and he was wearing this helmet, a very classical army helmet.
Okay.
And I told him to remove it. So when he took it off, I could use my power much better.
Okay.
And when an FBI agent that was there before came back to the room, and I told him to kill him.
Okay.
He used his gun. It was a pretty standard gun, and
Okay.
then he helped me to go through the facility. I went through a couple of doors,
Okay.
and then I got outside, and there were a lot of movement there. Some other soldiers, and I used my power with them too, so they could protect me.
Okay.
And there was shooting. I think I kind of remember that there was a couple of towers, and they got snipers up there, and they were shooting at me.
Okay.
But I managed to run and climb a fence, and then got out of that place and just run a couple of miles, and until I got I got to the highway and asked someone who was passing by to drove me off to the.
It sounds like you were very lucky.
I think there was. Yeah.
Well,
That's how
you're safe
I
now.
escaped.
You're safe now. We have a
Thanks.
room here at the hotel you can stay at today.
Okay. Thank you, Prince.
Then he stands up, leaves her sitting there, faces all of you. Well, Watchman, Spines of the Cactus, what do you do now? Is there any step to take?
Well, say this, and you seem to have somewhat noticed already when you said that Emily is one of the ones that we would have wanted the least to be captured because of all of her technological usage.
Right.
Who's to say? Well, I know it's like they've already immediately are in the process of or already have successfully taken and copied all of her computer information, everything that she's had, trying to document all of her online presence. And they're going to treat this like an organized crime operation, but at mass scale, trying to build the network out, identifying as many kindred as possible until they feel like they've saturated the web, and then they'll strike, just like they did in LA. I'm sure they're doing this across the country in all major cities. We're just one of them. They'll pivot resources to whenever the next strike's going to be.
So, do we strike or do we go into hiding? What's your suggestion?
What? Greg will raise up his hand.
Craig.
This might be a silly answer, but since they're searching through the internet, would there be any way we can mess with the signal towers where the Wi-Fi's come through?
I have no idea what any of those words mean. You're talking to the wrong gunfighter.
Oh.
Well, talk
Craig,
to Spider about that.
Are you suggesting that we sabotage the towers to prevent.
I say throw up red herrings and evacuate.
I haven't heard of anyone's accounts being frozen yet, and that's usually the first sign. But that could be tomorrow. Today.
What if, well, in my opinion, it makes the most sense to try to go into hiding. As much as you may not like it, there's no success in pushing back. Any small-term success will be met with long-term failure. I mean, if we eliminate a group of FBI agents, all that I know is that confirms that there are kindred in the area that they need to deal with, and they'll come back with a vengeance. They'll flood more resources. They'll focus on us, and then they'll hit us even harder.
I agree.
The only way we can survive
I agree.
is by laying low, everybody doing their best to stay safe, and make sure that there's no way that catching one person can compromise others.
Exactly. We deny them targets. Okay, that's the plan. You guys need to abandon your gym. You guys need to abandon your new bar. We need to abandon the hotel. Oh,
Where do we go?
I don't know. None of my primogen are going to like this, but this is the only thing. This is what we have to do for now. Money is fleeting resource for us. Comes and goes easily. We just let it go and rebuild.
We just we can stay isolated on our own in our havens, basically. Minimal activity.
Are havens even safe if they have Emily?
Probably not. Depends on if you've ever let her know where you live. Any information that Emily had is now their information.
So just do anything other than what Emily had?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Spider still around? He could probably tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna call for Spider now. He picks up the phone. Doesn't dial anything. Just picks it up. Yeah, I'm gonna need couriers. A lot of couriers. And then he hangs it up. Well, we have about 3 hours until sunrise. Do we stay at the hotel? Defend it like a fortress? Or disappear now?
If we were to stay here, would that
We
be
need
any
some
good? I
off-
mean, we had to sleep.
There are places you can sleep.
We need
I think
some
we need
off-grid.
to all just retreat to our personal havens. Have our ghouls, for those who have them, be our eyes and ears.
Yep.
Minimize suspicious behavior. I don't think creating a hard target will just create a nail that they're ready to hammer down.
Right. Okay.
Their advantage is their ability to know when they're going to strike and concentrate their force.
Exactly. Okay. Well, I've never had to deal with this kind of thing before. Most of us haven't. But this is how we deal with it. Go into hiding. Rebuild.
I'm just thinking of this from the perspective of the criminal.
Them. Yeah, we can't hunt
No.
them. Maybe we can make small, precise strikes, but there's not a whole lot of purpose to it. the whole point is to go back in hiding. So that's what we do. Our ban on technology just became 100% from the 98% it was earlier today. Tonight. He says tonight. See, I do it too.
My best advice, if I may, Prince, is to issue guidance.
As to what?
If any kindred encounter someone claiming to be a federal agent or anything of the like, if they have the abilities, should attempt to do is rewrite their memories so that they basically come up with a false report exonerating them of any suspicion. And I know many kindred don't have those abilities. But that's the best thing, because if you retaliate with violence, all that it'll start is a
That's not a
manhunt
power
for that
your
kindred.
ghouls have.
No.
It's beyond the capability of ghouls, and they're going to do most of their investigations by daylight. So, yes, I think everyone's on their own for now. For now, we disappear. We'll reorganize under new circumstances, new situations. For now, we disappear. Does everyone have a place to disappear to?
I do.
I think Craig's been staying at that hotel they had.
This hotel?
That's not a good
No.
disappearing spot.
No.
Yeah.
If the
We
prince is leaving
need
the
place
hotel,
to
you probably
disappear
should too. In fact,
No. I just realized because Craig was staying at their other
The gym.
at the
yeah,
gym.
so he doesn't have.
Well, that's up to you what you guys do with the gym. Prince James suggested you abandon the gym, but that's up to you guys.
If we have to abandon the gym, I've got empty bedrooms at my house. All of my kids are off to college. So if we need, I've got 3 spare bedrooms. My wife she knows about this, so we can put you up, Craig.
Okay, I appreciate it.
So your home's not going to be a target?
Well,
No, that's up to each of you what you think, how much information has been leaked. So, all of you have to make that decision on your own.
I don't think my home would be.
Adriana?
If it is, I'm
If they
screwed
have
regardless.
And he holds out his hand to Adriana. Do you have a place to stay? If not, you can come with me.
I'll stay with you, Prince.
Okay, come with me. And he leaves, holding Adriana's hand, taking her with him. He leaves you guys to fend for yourself. Time's running out. He can't sit around talking about the exact same thing for an hour.
I'm gonna go back to Aaron's place.
Okay.
I'm going to my house.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Valentina's camp
Okay.
to report everything to her as well. And, since they're kind of living off the grid anyway,
Yeah.
it's a good place to stay.
Valentina doesn't even have a haven by its usual definition. She earth melts into the ground. But I mean,
well,
not all gangs
where do
will do that,
Speedy and all of them?
Yeah, they have
Don't.
Speedy and his whole pack has a mobile home that they live in. Kind of, it's not completely off grid, but it wouldn't be too hard to move it off grid. But for the most part, Gangrel are not that technological. So
Yeah, they'd be best positioned to react to this, Be hermits.
yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
mean,
so
the other Anarch
would
camp might be having a much more serious problem if no one's going to tell them. I mean, you can assume that Prince James is going to tell them, but it's up to you if you want to just assume that.
Vincent,
yeah.
Hmm.
He did call for couriers, a lot of couriers.
He'll get the message.
Mhm.
And honestly, that'd be one of the first places they'd look for, because I'm sure from LA they've already learned sort of the Kindred operating system and how we get connected into organized crime.
And oh my god, all the fucking vampires own clubs? Why don't we just go raid all the clubs?
Yep. And it'll be perfect cover to say it's a drug investigation or a prostitution sting.
Okay.
Well, the first people I'll alert is going to be Valentina's crew, and I'll ask if I could, try to stay with them.
Okay. Do you
actually? I also want
to. Ghouls.
Do you call Gus and your guys and let them know what's going on?
What I'm trying to figure out is maybe I want. I think I want to mind wipe them.
Okay.
Because. Yeah, like maybe Jack can help me like actually erase their memories and make them have no idea of
what's going on. So if, because you already know that they're investigating, or at least had some interest. So if they know nothing, they can share nothing.
Right.
So that's up to Jack.
So
it's going to be.
Yeah. Can you help me with that, Jack?
Rouse checks.
I've got. How far back can Mesmerize go?
Mesmerize just gives a command for what they're going to do for now.
They're not Mesmerized, excuse me. Forgetful Mind.
It doesn't say.
A vampire can rewrite whole swaths of victims' memories as long as they keep the gaze. Yeah, what is whole swaths?
All you can do, like, the last couple of years, the entire pandemic, that he's had these ghouls.
Okay, so could I literally say, like, forget about, like, just forget this whole part?
Yeah, just they're gonna forget about the whole vampire part. And they're
so still friends with Hector.
Yeah, they're
just tell them they have really good immunity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You have to go in deep and remove all of the things about them becoming a ghoul and about them having superpowers, all of that shit, because they don't want.
And that's 8 rouse checks, though.
It's going to be 8 rouse checks, and you only have 3 hours to feed if you need to. 3 hours to get that done and feed.
You got this, Hector. I believe in you.
No, maybe well, I can't do it. It would have to be Jack. So maybe the ghouls got to come with me.
Well, I could do some of them.
Okay.
Like this doesn't have to
be more manageable.
Like we're treating this like we've got 3 hours to hide in a hole for years.
Well, did she tell you that she could do that? I don't know if she told you, but Adriana could help. I don't know if she's already gone, but you could get her back.
I could get that done over the course of a few days.
She told you that she could do that.
I could get it done over the course of a few days. What we could go to the gym and try to do the first few and see how it goes.
Okay, can we ask Adriana as well before?
Yeah, you want to?
She clears out.
Yeah. Well, did she tell you guys? Let's see. I told you guys. So let's roll a d10. If you roll a 6 or more, then she told you that she was capable of Forgetful Mind also when you guys were discussing using it on the guy. So just somebody roll 1 die.
Who's I'm not in front of the computer screen right now.
Okay. 10. Jack got it. 10. Yep, she said it. So if you want to rush out and ask her if she'll help.
Yeah. Now, let's ask her to help and then I'll start.
Okay.
8 checks.
So, yeah, Adriana and Prince James are walking down the hallway, holding hands. He's leading.
So Hector kind of runs after them and says, Adriana, if I may, I've got 8 ghouls sitting back at the gym. Obviously I can't take them around with me into hiding. It's going to be difficult, and I'm scared that they know information that if it's found out, they could use against us. So I'd like to wipe their memories.
Okay.
Can you help us with that?
This answer goes through both Prince James and Adriana's head. I don't know. Prince James doesn't say it. Maybe Adriana will. You should just kill them. Prince James does not say it, but both of them think it.
I mean, that'll just a series of disappearances, all from the same gym, will at the same time put more spotlight on it.
Who cares? You're done with the gym. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's his train of thought. That's what he's going to go do right now.
No, maintain humanity at all costs.
These are assets that
Anybody
we don't want to
hungry?
throw away permanently.
Yeah.
We can,
Adriana?
Yeah, make them sleeper cells.
You still
They
here?
can be reactivated later.
Well,
Oh shoot! Without
We're-
without giving them blood, won't they de-blood bond?
Yeah, they will.
yeah.
But who
Yeah,
cares?
they'll
They don't have
de-ghoul.
any memories of that shit anymore. It's going to take a
Yeah,
couple
so
of
they'll
months.
just all have a rough time for a bit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, so go ahead and have your conversation.
yeah, I'll help you. You guys were very helpful today, so I will. I rather we disappear them, but if you want to keep them alive, I would help.
There, she did say it. Cool. I need NPCs to remind you guys that you're fucking monsters. Okay.
No.
This is a much simpler and less messy
I
way
don't fuck monsters.
to protect ourselves. So, yeah, definitely wiping their memory would probably be the easier way. Retain assets for us down the line and not call more attention to ourselves.
Yeah. 8 homicides in one place will
All
very quickly
He
get that.
hands Adriana's hand to Hector. You take care of her then. Make sure she has as safe a place as you find, or maybe even whatever place you find for yourself for today. She can be on her own tomorrow, but today there's no time for that. I have to go. I have things I have to take care of immediately.
Good luck, Prince.
To all of you as well. You'll hear from me. I can summon you when I'm ready. And by that, you remember that he can just turn on a feeling where you're supposed to go see him.
Yeah.
And where he is.
Okay. I can start with rouse checks first, and we'll see how far I get.
Okay.
So, success.
Maybe you'll just
That's
get 8
1.
successes.
Wait, what?
She's doing them too,
Yeah.
so like half of the ones that you do, she's doing. Just keep clicking the rouse. I mean, it's the same roll. So.
Oh, Jack never gets hungry, my boy. Okay, got
there's
hungry.
one.
So I've done 3. I've gained a hunger. I'm thankfully only at hunger 2.
Okay.
Okay, there's 4. I'm hunger 3. We'll go a little more. Oh, 5.
Okay.
6. 7. Let's go, Jack, baby. Let's go.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, so you got 2. You'll do one of them, and she'll do one of them. You both got 1 hunger.
I just did 8 though.
Yeah, you're rolling for her too.
You got this.
Oh,
I
okay,
believe in
okay.
you.
These are taking you like 20 or 30 minutes each, so we're at least 10.
Yeah.
It's
So
not an
I only
instant
got the
thing, so-
100. Let's go, Jack.
Yep.
Right. Jack don't have to eat people. I mean, he does, but
Okay.
not
Now you
a
guys are
lot.
running out of time. Everybody disappears to their own place. Hector goes to Speedy because it's not so easy to go to Valentina, but you go to Speedy. And I guess you take Adriana with you.
Yeah.
And
If she prefers,
is that do we know
unless she
where
wants to go
everybody
stay
went?
at Jack's house.
She actually has her own place she could go. But she might very well feel safer around you guys, and she also might not want to risk them. So it's up to her.
My place is open to everybody. That includes you, Adriana. That includes Krieg. I mean, everybody.
Okay. Does it?
I'm gonna stick with you guys.
Okay.
You know, we're
Yeah, they're
So
separated
Adrian,
still.
I'm heading over. Yeah, I'm going to the Speedies, like to be with the Anarchs, and
Yeah,
you
I think
technically, I mean, you are an
where
Anarch, right?
Adriana will go because she's an Anarch too.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's where she'll
Where do you
go.
want to go?
Where does Craig go?
You mean before he goes with Jack?
Okay, no,
Oh,
no,
you're
I
going with
mean
me?
he's
Yeah.
going with Jack. So yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
Custody battle success.
Jessica's going to Aaron. Mila just assumes that her place is safe.
Mhm.
Jack assumes his place is safe. Okay, I think we did everybody. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Ooh,
All
we can-
right.
rooms.
And that's where we'll stop for tonight. What you all think?
Ooh, we got this.
It's
That start was kind of rough.
Yeah.
Well, I
Ugh.
think we were just all like, what do we do?
Mhm. That's what I
Like-
wanted. I didn't know what you were going to do. I did think maybe you would end up at the place. So I had that prepared. And I am actually quite proud of you that you guys decided it was too dangerous. Because that's what you should have decided. But I was fully prepared to let you go and attack it. And maybe somebody gets hurt or even killed, but hopefully not. But no.
Craig
this
was thinking of like wandering, like circling the camp at least once,
Mhm.
but then like when Mila's like,
Jessica
you gotta
was
go,
all
just-
for Craig getting killed.
Yeah.
That's Jessica.
fundamental alone. He can do it.
Anyway, I'm quite proud. I was really expecting you guys to attack that facility. So, good.
We'd have no chance.
Yeah, I agree. I would have had to fudge shit and make people be stupid. And oh my god, there's like that guy's drunk, and you know,
Yeah.
I mean, they were all in a hurry, so you had that opening that they were busy, that they were evacuating. Which is what you do when you have a small temporary outpost and one of your fucking vampires gets away.
I was away for that part.
So why couldn't Milo put a bloodstone in one of them?
Oh yeah, but I
What
was
were you
scared of
asking,
the
Hector?
cameras.
was Emily there at the base? Could we tell her?
No, you weren't able to tell. In fact, if she was, Bright suggested that even if she was there, she probably would have been on the first truck out,
Oh, okay.
or even destroyed. Once once she escaped and everything was a danger, and we had to move everything. She may have even just been destroyed right there.
See, this Inquisition thing, it presents such a huge problem that's just way bigger.
Yeah,
Like,
it changed your
meet it
whole
head on
fucking
at all.
world, didn't it? Yeah, I love
Like,
it.
Yeah, I totally say we should have turned some FBI agents. Just saying.
Oh, that's deviously. I mean, that's an op. But here's
Jack
the
knows
thing.
what that's like.
Well, I mean, yeah, but think from the perspective of the agent. If you turn, there's a very strong chance that they may just decide. I mean, besides blood bond, which we'd have that on our side, but then we would have to use the blood bond. But besides that, there's a very strong possibility. I would argue that if you turned one of those agents, they would be like, "Okay, fine, I'll work for them as a vampire."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or at the very least,
Double agent.
go meet the
But
sun
yeah,
in the morning.
But at the same time,
Like, and then they'll have vampires on their commando night raids.
Yep.
Like, it'll be horrible.
Well, that and we would have to like get them in one go. Like with the dominate and the mental powers, they don't seem to work. So we would have to. They couldn't have any warning because those helmets are gonna stop anything. I don't know what else they can resist.
Yeah. I mean, it's
well,
a
since
nightmare.
Hector's starting to get good at this hacking shit, I think we should like steal some helmets and like figure out what makes them tick.
Yep, Hector's the new Emily.
No, I've only got technology too.
5 technology and
technology
specialty
2
in
with the
hacking.
special-
And yeah, you've got 2 and a specialty in surveillance. You're the new hacker
like,
for the
yeah.
whole city. No.
It's like,
The
that's
hacker
right,
for the whole
guys.
city is Spider now, and he's not happy about it.
Yeah, Hector's like with his technology too. Yeah, I took a Java coding class in
Yeah.
community college.
I can
Hacker.
fix your PlayStation.
I can fix your PlayStation. It's like
And your
I
cell
can-
phone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I have a VPN installed and a firewall.
Mm-hmm.
McAfee.
McAfee. Gosh.
How about you, Al?
Yeah,
Did
there's
you have
just
a fun time?
Stress.
It's
Yes, I did. Thank you guys, and thanks for your patience.
Yeah.
No, you
Oh,
did
thank
great.
you.
It was fantastic.
Thank you for joining us.
It was nice to have another one along with us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I did want to make sure Hector definitely would have next Hector would have reached out to Enriquez
Mhm.
to make sure that he was aware of the
Okay.
need to go.
But you really, I mean, you very well can, but you know for sure he's going to be within the top 3 people that Prince James sends a courier to.
Yeah, I'm still
'Cause
gonna
they're
probably
they're pretty good friends.
What's that?
Prince James and Enriquez are pretty good friends.
Yeah, but I also want to, I'm probably gonna once I've settled everything and had Adriana hooked up with Speedy's people and everything. If I've got a couple hours, I'd personally ride out to see him, just to make sure,
Okay, cool.
and then again, try to figure out. I'd actually like to know where he's going and everything, but that's probably a side of conversation like I had with him. And then finally, if I've got any extra time, because I am an anarch and Vincent is as well, then I'd give him the heads up too.
Yeah, you think you're already pushing it.
Okay, I wouldn't have enough time to get to him.
If you don't stay with Jack and Adriana while they play with your guys, then you can go do all these things with no problem. You can go do these while they play with your guys, and then you can come back and take Adriana to Speedy. Yeah, let's do that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so you were able to go and warn Vincent?
Yep.
And you were able to go warn Enriquez? In both cases, you got there before the prince's
courier.
His courier. So, okay, cool. We're all set. It's already late, so let's stop recording. Thank you for watching, our 1 or 2 people that watch our show. Hopefully, the sound was better this time. Anybody want to say anything before I push that stop button?
And heck, we had
Happy New Year, mother.
welcome Adriana.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We started the year off by basically just losing the city. So it's
Well, I
gonna go
mean,
from
it
here.
hasn't been the year for these guys. It's like December 10th. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but you know what? El
Close
Paso
enough.
really isn't much of a loss, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good night.